In this video, many things go wrong. I get really angry, I slightly break a Daihatsu and have issues with lots of other cars too. Did not sound that very much. In this video, it's time to button up a few things on Foxanne, and then we can take it for a test drive and see how her tiny dampers are working. And yes, I certainly wasn't the only one thinking of Elton John, judging by the comments. So if we head round the back, we'll find where I need to start today. Whee! So yeah, I've got to reattach this corner here and the light before we're ready to go. I've got another can of fuel to put in so we can get fueled up and off to go. Off we go rather. Thanks for all the lovely comments. Having Miss HubNut involved, that was fun yesterday. Added a hell of a lot of innuendo, and it was genuinely good fun to film. It's nice to have someone to actually work with. So thank you to Miss HubNut. Sadly, she can't be with us today, and perhaps for the next couple of weeks, because she's got the joy of home educating. Unfortunately, one of the kids, their year group or a section thereof, has been told to self-isolate because of a COVID case at school that is positive. So yeah, 2 weeks of home education. Poor Miss HubNut. But nonetheless, she will be getting more involved as we go forward. She's been helping out with the merchandise packing, which has been keeping us both very busy, and hoping she'll get more involved in the videos as well. So I'm glad you enjoyed her performance. But I'm going to start by reattaching this thing here. And if I just lift you gently over the Invacar, whee! You can see how it attaches. Basically, there's a screw through here and then a couple through the light fixing. I might need to touch the paint up around this fuel filler as well, but I don't think this is the car to worry about cosmetics on myself. So now all I need to do is find the screws I dropped on the floor and then kicked out of the way in a rage when I was getting upset. There we go. I've just been fiddling about with this just to get the fog light working as well. So beautiful, these rear lights. They work very nicely, or they look very nice. See if we can get this back on. Terrible, awful design. I think I might do this off camera because I think I'm going to be swearing quite a bit. Right, I've still got no control over the choke, and I've left the keys in the engine bay again. Oh, my skills are amazing. So I've tried to set the choke with a spanner today, so we'll see if this has worked at all. We're still short on volts by the sound of it, so out with a jump pack. Because, you know, Foxanne hasn't been on the road for a fair old while now. So she's feeling the strain a bit. Let's just turn that on, shall we? Make sure that's awake. Hopefully that will make the important difference. Almost. Did my spanner just fall out? Yes, that's sounding distinctly under-choked. So choke or enrichment. Oh yes, that's fallen out. It makes the car run richer. But I don't have a replacement cable on me. So it's very much a case of trying to do what I can. Trying to bodge what I can. Let's try again. Come on, Foxanne. Oh, good grief. What a pain in the backside this is becoming. Yeah, plenty of juice there. Ow! Oh, that's hot. Yeah, okay, maybe we're suffering from a slightly not good enough earth there. Come on, Foxanne. Not even a sniff. This is beyond frustrating. Oh, This car is so bad to work on. Been trying to change the spark plugs. One of them, the one I did get out, I managed to get the third one out, and it was caked up and nasty, which suggests this car is running too rich, or that it's just because I ran it last time on choke. But yeah, good grief, horrible job getting the first and second plugs out. Pretty much impossible without removing the distributor, which I'm not going to do today. So I'm going to see if we can get a running on one and it'll bring the others into life. Let's see. That one's trying, I think. Oh, there goes the starter again. Bloody marvellous. Or maybe I'll go for the extreme danger option of trying to roll her off the ramps into a bump start. What could possibly go wrong here? Come on. Right, it's starting to drop. So we'll go into second, I think. Pull the handbrake on. Ignition on. And roll. Ah, balls. That's gone wrong then, because now I'm stuck miles away. Bad idea, it turned out. This truly is descending into HubNut farce. Yep, this is going as well as you can hear. Ooh. Oh. Sod it. Didn't want to come to this, but it's going to. Did not sound that very much. Where are you going, Foxanne? I know, what could possibly go wrong? What has my life become? Sometimes I think I'm a parody of myself. I think that's actually gone better than I dared hope. I'm going to pull Ellie back in first of all. Right. I hate cars. Okay, I'm done. Oh, future video, sod it. So, as you can tell, I was having a bad day yesterday. Managed to burn my finger. I mean, I'm going to show you my finger because I think it's quite impressive in a way. I've kind of managed to burn a hex into it. See if it'll focus on that. So yeah, I've burnt a smiley face into my finger, which wasn't my best move ever. And you may have noticed a bit of a strange noise when I was trying to tow Foxanne with a Daihatsu. Yeah, something came off. This is the rear lashing point of someone's favourite Daihatsu. Would you like it back?
No, dear.
Oh, I think I'm in trouble. So yeah, I've had better days. That bit of Daihatsu is no longer attached. It's a lashing point.
And what is it not for?
It's not for towing.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure it says so in the manual.
Okay.
I'm keeping a safe distance. But yes, Miss HubNut is currently unpacking stuff for the next mailbag, which you will probably have seen by now. And I'm just going to stay here because it's nice and safe with my little Invacar. Now that was a pretty bad day. But there's good news. As you can see in this clip. Yeah, think the coil has done it. This one overheats. This one doesn't work when the engine's cold. Time for a new coil. In fact, they're both quite happy to start and run today. What on earth was wrong with a pair of you the other day? MischievousLittleCars.com. Yes, she lives. She's starting fine today. Really am going to have to do something about that starter motor at some point, but she's started. We've been for a drive today. We've been to fill up with fuel today. So if I bring you round and jump in, it's horribly, horribly wet today. When I turn the ignition on, the fuel gauge actually works. So it's been quite quite the week really. Things didn't pan out very well on that day at all. And that's a day where I should have just walked away, really. I've no idea why she's so happy to start today when she wasn't happy to start the other day. I know what was going on with the 2CV. I've got two coils at the moment on the 2CV. A modern super coil that's meant to be absolutely fine, but got cooked in a traffic jam on the M1 coming home from Luton once, and has never really recovered from that. So when that gets hot, and it does get hot when you've got the grill blind in place, that one starts misbehaving. So when I got back to the unit last time, I swapped to my spare coil, which was absolutely fine. She started merrily and drove into the lockup. But sadly, that one doesn't seem to like cold starting. So I've got one coil that won't do hot starting and one coil that won't do cold starting. It is new coil time, I think. But let's see if Foxanne will bless us with more progress. Very, very nearly. There she is. I think I need to bring the idle up a touch. I think I've got the idle a touch low, especially by the time you put lights on and get the heater going to try and demist the windscreen. I'm going to turn that off for now because it seems to have cleared a bit. It's struggling, and then when you put your foot down on the clutch actually loads up the engine a bit more as well, so not so ideal. But let's go for a drive. We're here in Newquay on the west coast of Wales. Yeah, as you can see, the ride is still a little on the agricultural side. I think the ride is better at the back, but the problem is I think the front dampers are completely shot, and I wussed out of paying 254 quid for a pair of front shockers, and I think that might actually have been a mistake. Come on, Foxanne. There we go. She seems to be running very nicely. Of course, we've got the difference of not having the exhaust blowing. We've got the fan belt tightened up, so she does seem to be running a bit better. So hopefully this can only end well. But the ride does seem a little more refined. But now the back's more settled, I can really feel the front end bouncing. So and I've had wheel patter at times at the front, so that suggests the front dampers or shock absorbers very much in need of replacement. But she's had her first fill, about 20 litres of fuel, and now I know she's got a full tank, so I'm feeling much happier about life with Foxan. They're revvy little engines, which is why the 750 Motor Club, originally built around Austin 7s, switched to the Reliant engines because they're small, lightweight and very revvy. I'm actually being held up by a modern car at the moment, a Volkswagen Golf or Passat, I'm not even really sure, they look so identical these days. Well, she's got a bit high on the gauge now with that climb up a hill, but it's hard to know how reliable these gauges are really. When I've checked the gauge against an infrared thermometer, it's shown that the gauge is pretty much lying, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully, I think I am going to get the starter motor out and have a look at it. Still need to do the front suspension refresh. I've got bushes as well as it needing dampers, and yeah, hopefully as we get into 2021, Foxan can be something approaching properly sorted out. I think she needs a tune up as well. I'm not very good at tuning with a strobe, in other words I don't, so the ignition timing is a bit guesswork, but yeah, I don't think she's running too badly at all. Oh, curse you and your moderns, get out of my way. Well, there we go, we're back, we're happy. Foxan runs, Ellie runs, the Daihatsu's arse is only slightly broken, and yeah, all is well with my fleet of ridiculous little cars, but what a difference it makes to have Foxan working again. Look forward to making further improvements. I've just tweaked the idle up, so she's now idling that much better, and yeah, I can crack on with things. I need to get a new choke cable because I have to let her warm up before I can drive anywhere at the moment, otherwise she won't run because she needs choke. And yeah, I need to go through the front suspension and make some improvements there, but yeah, feeling a lot more positive than I was at an earlier point in this video. So sorry it's been quite a long one, but I think you needed to come along on the journey on that one really. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Farewell. Oh, just a quick note, HubNut keyrings back in stock. We have quite a lot of them, so yeah, head to the store hubnut.org and you can purchase one, or hoodies or t-shirts or mugs or whatever takes your fancy. See you next time.